This is the Steel City Notary presentation, Anatomy of a Mobile Notary Appointment in the Time of COVID-19. What you need to know. For any in-person notary in Pennsylvania, all parties must be physically present before the notary. The notary must verify the identity by physical inspection of ID or personal knowledge of the signer. There is a third method of verification called credible witness, but I'll get into that in a different video. The documents are signed physically by all parties, including the notary. This is known as a wet signature, where you physically put pen to paper. And then the document is physically stamped with the notarial seal, known as a wet seal. It may or may not be embossed as required by the document. Before COVID-19 versus now. Previously, Steel City Notary would frequent retirement communities, hospitals, and assisted living communities for notarizations. Now, whenever possible, we recommend remote online notary to avoid introducing unnecessary risk to patients, staff, and seniors. Steel City Notary would make house calls by entering clients' homes, usually conducting notarial acts at either a kitchen or dining room table. Now, however, we recommend meeting outside of the home, either in the parking lot or driveway, or just parked on the street, using the hood of the notary's trunk as a mobile desk, approaching one at a time whenever possible. Previously, the notary did not wear a mask or provide hand sanitizer or disinfectant wipes, simply because that wasn't a common thing. Now, however, the notary wears a mask at all times, either indoor or outdoor, and makes hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes available to all clients. What a Steel City Notary mobile notary appointment looks like. You have the client and the notary. You see the notary's trunk is being used as a desktop. They approach one at a time for social distancing. The notary would set everything up, answer any questions, and then take a step back, allowing the client to approach and sign the document. There's the client again. The client would sign the notarial register. Then they would sign the document. The notary here is not present in the photograph, but just off frame. The notary is there physically observing the signature. And the notary offers either blue or black ink pens that have been wiped down by disinfectant wipes, if the client does not have their own. Here's the client, there's the notary. Once the client is done signing, they would step back. The notary would then approach, sign, stamp, and when called for, emboss the document. And the notary would type up the final bill on the iPad using their fingers, leaving the stylus untouched for the client. There it is again. There's the client and the notary. The client would then pay using the stylus to sign the screen of the iPad. The client would take the notary's business card from atop the iPad if they so desire. They're certainly not required to, but that way it avoids a physical pass-off that would be less than 6 feet apart. And the transaction is concluded. So this is the notary supply box. You can see the compartment of pens that have been wiped down with disinfectant wipes. There's an envelope for contact-free cash and check payments. If paying with a check or cash, the client can show the notary from afar and then put it into the envelope. Again, that just avoids violating the personal space when social distancing is so important. There's the notarial register, the notary's stamp and embosser, the iPad that Steel City Notary uses to conduct transactions, and the stylus that also has been wiped off with disinfectant wipes. This was a screenshot simply taken from the Steel City Notary website, www.steelcitynotary.com, showing the administrative and travel charges. Our rates are published on the website, not just the administrative and travel, but all of our associated fees, as well as for remote online notary services, which I covered in another video. But you can see here it's our travel fee or for mobile notary. So during the business day, after the business day, and then in the later evening. And then also Monday through Friday rate versus Saturday, Sunday rate. If you have any questions, we encourage you to contact us. Our phone number is 412-254-6424. You could text or call. Texting is actually preferable during the business day. You can email us at any time, Brian with a Y, B-R-Y-A-N, at steelcitynotary.com, or as I mentioned before, our website, steelcitynotary.com, where we have a bunch of information about our COVID practices, as well as our full list of rates and services. Thanks very much.